Hey there, welcome to Abundant Source Raw, and in this video I wanted to talk a little bit about love and relationships because most people don't really understand either of these things, and they don't really understand that relationships and romance really have nothing to do with love, because there really is only one love, and that is total understanding. It's unconditional love for all things, and really all love is complete understanding of something. And if you don't understand something, then you really it's almost impossible for you to love it. And that's kind of what you see with most relationships right now, is that they don't understand each other. And the reason they don't understand each other is because they don't understand themselves. You have to realize that you are everything. You are the universe, you are this world, you are everybody. We're all just a reflection of each other, and the only way to understand each other is by understanding ourselves. And most people don't understand themselves, and they have this hole or this sort of void in themselves because they are lacking understanding, and they can't really love completely. They can't love themselves, and so they can't love others, and now they feel like they're missing something, so they go out and try to fill that with things and relationships, and it will never work because they haven't fully understood themselves. So no relationship is going to work out. There's always going to be some kind of turmoil going on, and eventually the relationship will collapse, because the only way to have a thriving, harmonious relationship with another person is if they both understand themselves, therefore understanding each other. And most relationships you see today are just held together by fear, not love. They're held together by the fear of losing each other, and the fear of not having somebody at night, and the fear of going back to nothing. In their mind they're gonna lose everything if they lose this person. They've put so much attachment onto this person that they basically are almost revolving their whole life around them, and that's really not how things should be. Relationships are great and amazing, and they're fun and exciting, but they aren't love, and we're kind of confusing them with love. We're confusing love with this form of, this high level of excitement and likeness. You really like somebody when you're in a relationship. Relationships are actually a pretty selfish thing. You get into a relationship because it's really what you want, and a lot of people tell themselves, well, not really. What I want is for this person to be happy, and I just want to help them, and you know, help them thrive and help them achieve their goals. But you want to help them because that's what you want and that's what makes you happy. You wouldn't most likely get into a relationship with somebody that you don't find attractive and that you have nothing in common with, and try to help them out in the same way as you would with someone who you are attracted to and who you want to be in a relationship with. So it is a little selfish. Why would you show your affection and give the world to one person and then not really care so much about this other person? It's because it's what you want. And people get so heavily attached to these relationships, and they're just kind of like ticking time bombs, and if they don't have complete understanding of themselves, then the relationship will collapse at some point. Either that, or they will have this idea in their head about how the relationship should be, so they'll stay together unhappily, and tell themselves that they're working on the relationship and all that, and that things will get better, and that it's the right thing to do to just stay together. But if it's not bringing you excitement and happiness, then why are you in the relationship? Relationships are supposed to be fun and exciting and joyful, and I just see it as, if I'm not having as much fun and excitement and joy in this relationship as I would if I was alone, then why would I be in it? This is my one and only human experience like this, and I don't want to spend that in a relationship that's bringing me down and not making me feel my best. And unless you fully understand yourselves and each other, then a relationship really just, it really promotes lies, and it promotes jealousy, and it promotes all these different things that nobody wants to feel. But because you've gotten so attached and you feel like this person is yours and that they should be with you, and all this other stuff, and anytime they feel one way about something or look at someone else a certain way, then you don't feel good about it. And you're both trying to keep each other happy and trying to make sure that you both won't leave, and so you're withholding information and you're telling little white lies and different things like that, so that way they don't get upset with you, and you don't, so that way you don't have to get into an argument or have to hear it from them or whatever. And these are things that I've done, and I'm sure pretty much everybody has done in their relationship. And what I found, because I've just always had a pretty high level of understanding, and I don't think I've ever held a grudge in my life against anyone. I've always had a great love for other people, and I found that when I'm in these relationships, I get this way too, and it's hard for me to express exactly how I feel, because I feel like I don't want to hurt this other person or whatever the excuse is, and I'll withhold information and things like that, and so will the other person. And then I find that when we decide to end the relationship, that we become much better friends, we become more truthful, our relationship actually becomes better when we end this romantic relationship. We trust each other more, we just feel better about each other, we can talk openly. Relationships really don't promote openness with each other. It's all this fear-based type of thing, and that you're afraid of losing for the most part. And I don't think it's a good idea for anyone to get into a relationship unless they're okay with being by themselves also, unless they're okay with having the relationship end. Not only that, but people almost have this idea that someone is just going to stay the same way forever, and it's almost guaranteed that through the relationship and through your time together, you're both going to change, you're both going to find something new, like different passions and things like that. And it's not enough to hold a relationship together just from excitement and different hormones, and being attracted to each other isn't going to be enough. It'll never be enough to sustain a relationship. In my opinion, a great relationship will happen when you're both working towards the same thing and you both have the same ideas and how you want to live your life. But even then, things change. Things will always change, and people become different, and people want different things. I mean, people want something different every minute of the day. Nobody really, their mind is always telling them that they want this and then they want that, and it's always changing. And over time, you're both going to end up changing. And unless you have some level of understanding and maybe some goal that you guys are both working towards, then that romance typically will not be able to keep a relationship together. And if it does, it's usually just a relationship based around fear. And I don't think it's very healthy for anyone to feel like they have to be locked into this thing, and that they have to kind of go by these guidelines of what society has said a relationship is supposed to look like. And it really takes away your freedom. For me personally, because I truly love myself, I love all others. I know that we're all one. And when I say I love myself, really I'm saying I love everything. And when I say I love you, I'm saying I love everything. And really all I want is for people to feel connected and to feel happiness and ecstasy while we're here in this human experience. And I just want people to have an amazing time and have the best joyous experience as possible. And For me, the world and the planet and humanity are my top priorities, and no one person would ever, have priority over that. Nothing would ever come before that. And so I also find that these relationships make me feel like I'm obligated to just focus my attention on this one person. And to be honest, most people think that a relationship is unity, but actually, no. A relationship actually is going to be more divided with everything else. You're going to be more disconnected if you are feeling like you're connected with this one other person, because now it might be you and this other person, but it's kind of like it's you and this other person separate from the rest of the world. I want to have a relationship with the world and with everybody, and I want to love everybody and everything, and to focus on one person and give all my energy and attention and love to that one person means that I am in a thought mode of separation. True unity and love is knowing and understanding that you are everything, and to want everyone and everything to be happy and succeed. And I would never be unhappy if the person I'm with wants to go do their own thing, or even if they're gonna leave me for someone else or anything like that. That doesn't bother me. That's I want them to be happy. People get so jealous, and it's just because they don't love themselves. My happiness doesn't come from relationships or material things. They can be exciting, and I do enjoy them, but if I lose them, then I'm gonna be just as fine without it, and I'm gonna be excited for my former partner if they are moving on to something that they find better and more exciting for them and more joyous for them, because I love them and I love the person that maybe they're getting with. I don't find it as somebody taking anything away from me, because that's just the whole mindset of separation. I want to see the growth and the happiness of others, and that's how much I love myself. That's how much I love everything. I have a very high level of understanding, and that brings a very high level of love for everything. And when you have total understanding of yourself, you have total understanding of others, and you have total love for everything, and you'll never be jealous, and you'll never feel like somebody's taking anything away from you, and you'll never get attached to this relationship and put your own wanting for this person above their desires and things like that. Just enjoy each other while you've got each other. Live in the moment. Just enjoy your time together in the moment. And if it comes to an end at some point, then that's amazing. You'll have a new chapter with a new experience, and maybe you can do things that you never got to do when you were with them. Focus on yourself, gain deeper levels of understanding, or maybe just move on to another super exciting experience with somebody else. And it's all good no matter what, and we all just need to learn to love each other. I don't love any one person more than I love another. I may really like somebody more than I like somebody else, but I don't love you any different than I love my mother, or any different than I love somebody that I might be dating, or just a stranger on the street. It's all the same love. It's all unconditional love, and there's no degree of love. There are no degrees of love. It's all unconditional. There's only degrees of liking people in different ways. So I think that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, then please give it a thumbs up, and also subscribe for more videos on fruitarianism, spirituality, and natural living, and I'll see you guys in the next video.